Yeah, it works, but as if you know, you go to a car dealer and the car works perfectly, and you go home and then it starts making noise. So same thing with this camera; it works perfectly, but if I were to maybe drop it, so the IMU is being saturated, or have it being illuminated by a strong light or no light, or just a matter of like snoozing, so I'm doing something like that. Doing that with the camera might push it to in this non-comfortable area where it will not be able to align or to track its position, and then its current position might be drifted. Such a big jump is often called in the literature as robot kidnapped. Consider your robot vacuum cleaner, it's working, and then you take it and just put it on a shelf or on a different floor. Basically, it's unaware of this jump, of this movement you've done, and then it might be associate its current position to the last position while being on an altogether different floor. Actually, in terms of indoor navigation, those are the kind of challenges which are more important than the accuracy or the average accuracy. Consider the case of a big robotic or mission critical or autonomous car. It's not enough to say, "Oh, I'm very accurate 90% of the time. I'm only bumping into other people on Sunday, on Mondays, other the days of the week. I'm perfectly fine." So handling those big jumps as actually being performed now is something which is requires a lot of creativity and sometimes bio-inspired mechanism in order to guarantee that you're not assuming that your mapping, your already well-performed map, is correlated to a wrong position due to this jump. And a jump is not necessarily someone evil taking your vacuum cleaner and putting it on a shelf on a different floor. It could be that your robot or your car has bumped into something, or just the sensors being reset for a second. And those things are known to be, critical for Tesla cars, for rockets, for other things, for our smartphones that sometimes blank. And the ability to cope, to detect those events and to cope with them is part of the last section of this course. But bear in mind that those sensors allows that. But those sensors, although being produced by Intel and they're very nice and shiny and efficient, they don't have a good sense of confidence. So, well, they can tell you I'm green, I'm good, but this is basically about how many details there are in the view. They cannot, or usually they do not support some sort of confidence or level of self-confidence, which is extremely important in order to detect those robot kidnapped cases and to cope with them.